Hello?
Great. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Benjamin. This is Dariia from Flow Ups. I'm sure you want your morning coffee more than talking to me, but may I have 30 seconds of your time?
Yeah, shoot. What are you selling?
Thank you so much. So I'm calling with Flow Ups. We help growing teams like yours to reduce manual work with automating internal processes and reporting. And since you are leading operations at your company, and I'm sure those operational nerds usually dislike talking to salespeople, but I wanted to ask you a couple of questions if you don't mind. If there wouldn't be a fit, I promise I will never call you back again.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, cool. So I just noticed that you guys are currently scaling, hiring a lot of people, and you have different teams working together. So we wanted to ask if you guys actually know, any kind of reporting that you are already built. Is there like any tool connecting them and you can see the alignment clearly?
Well, we use a variety of tools for monitoring that sort of stuff. I mean, at this stage, we don't have any real issues with anything. I mean, what is it you're offering exactly? What is it that's going to be different?
Yeah, totally get it. I usually talk to different operational leaders, and they all say that unless there is a real fire, everything works smoothly. But when you go into diving into some internal processes, and especially I'm talking about reporting system, it seems like all of those reports, they are not combined in the clear dashboards. There are a lot of different manual work still involved. So my company, Flow Ops, we usually propose to give you more autonomy there. Like a lot of different processes could be automated and synced properly. So yeah, I just wanted to ask if there could be, just 15 minutes of your time the next week, just having a quick short, call, understanding if there could be potential fit for your future growth.
It's possible. Your systems, do they integrate? Would it integrate with something like HubSpot?
Yes, definitely. We do integrate with HubSpot, and we also integrate with some other marketing tools. I'm not sure if you are using Marketo or maybe there is also integration. That could be potential integration with Slack, especially if you guys are, scaling your sales team, marketing team. Yeah, so we have a bunch of different integrations, but I guess that in your particular case, it's better to just dive into your current challenges. If there is like no challenges at all, it could be just 10 minutes talking to a really great person, sharing good, mood with you.
Okay. And are you a US-based company or are you European?
We are, I would say, international. The majority of our team members, we are located in the US, but we also have UK folks and European.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, we are always looking at ways to improve reporting and reducing the manual tasks that our salespeople do. I mean, I must admit we're pretty good at what we do already. If I was to ask for something, is there something you would be able to send me that I can look at before any meeting, if that was to happen? Is there something you can send me, a web link or something?
Yeah, definitely. That's a great question. So usually I share some case studies with the internal processes that we already improved with some other companies. You guys are in between like 100 employees, right? As far as I know. So I can send you similar case studies with companies growing from 100 to 200. And to be honest, those scale that you guys are going through right now, it's a bit challenging in terms of like, again, the better sync between different teams. So I can share those case studies and I can send it together with an invitation. It could be just tentative for, let's say, next Tuesday, 3 p.m. your time.
Okay. I'll tell you what then. Why don't we do this? I'll get my... And then that's it. End of. Well done, Daria.
Thank you.
There we go. Amazing job.
Thank you.
Obviously English is a second language, I assume. Anyway, so that's always I find I envy people that do what you do when English is your second language, because it's hard enough for people when it's English as their first language. Yeah. So you get huge kudos points for that. So congratulations. Yeah. Obviously you're clearly confident. You obviously make a lot of phone calls. You can tell that you've got good delivery. I did like it. You do fall into the trap of a lot of salespeople though when they sell tech. A lot of technical language. Yeah. A lot of very broad stroke. So I was writing them down. You keep saying internal processes, repetitive systems, dashboards, manual work. This is all very, very broad. And when you're a prospect, when you're hearing this, all I'm hearing is you saying big statements and slogans. How does this really apply to me, though, in my particular business, in my world? Because, loads of people are phoning up and saying the same thing. So I always say this to everyone, and I'm probably going to say it to most people on this courses. You need to make it much more specific to them. So, and I teach this all the time. If you're phoning up selling in software, you need to give very specific examples of how it could help. So we work with operations directors like yourself, and one of the biggest frustrations is whenever their salespeople try to to do X with this system, this always causes this bottleneck. And I'm able to go, yes, I recognize that. But when you're just doing sweeping statements like you want to improve your processes and all of this, it's like, well, you could chuck a dart and hit anyone in the world of business and they'd say, well, obviously. So you need to make it a lot more specific. And it's a big problem that most salespeople have across the sales industry. I deal with it all the time, yeah? Even with people that sell in whatever they sell. So, but like I said, I think you did well. A few other things. Never ask for a quick 15-minute conversation. Because you never want a quick 15-minute conversation. You actually want to have a proper meeting. Yep. You want to fight if there's something. So if you're saying, well, I don't know, there may be something, there may not be something, just give me a quick 15 minutes. What I'm hearing is you have no idea whether or not you can help me. You're fishing. And of course, I'm busy. My time's very important. And one thing I care about most is my time when I'm in a position like head of operations. So I don't just want to give it away on the off chance that maybe on some unknown statistical, I could get something. So that was all I'd say. Yeah, is But like I say, the delivery was good. You're confident. It's just a matter of getting the form of how you deliver this right. But other than that, it was good. And like I said, I left it hanging. You don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah, no. Well, and anyway, as I say to everybody, most people are too chicken to do what you've just done. You know, so many people are scared to put themselves out there and do something like this. So you get 10 out of 10 for confidence and courage and bravery, and that'll set you well in this business. So well done. Very impressive. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Yeah, and this is really, really great feedback, to be honest, especially with that point that I propose in 15 minutes, just a quick call to understand if that's a fit. Because in my position, I think like I am caring about their valuable time and they can, opt out if that's something that's not relevant. But your feedback is really crucial because it seems like, they could think that this is something not important to them.
Yeah, this is it. Because if you're hoping to follow up with a sales meeting, if I was prospecting, I wanted to have this is a sales meeting, I want to get in front of you. You can't do anything in 15 minutes. By the time you've shaken hands, had a quick chat about the weather and said, all right, let's start, it's 15 minutes is over, right? So I want an actual meeting. I want an hour in your diary and I want to sit down with you and we're going to, by the end of that hour, we're either going to figure out if there's something here or there's not. 15 minutes can't do it. So when you sell in 15 minutes, people think, well, this is just a fishing expedition. I may say yes. Again, a lot of people just say yes to it to get rid of salespeople as well. Ghosting is very hard. Think about it. If you've got a 15-minute meeting in your diary that was booked several weeks ago and you're suddenly looking in your works for the day, you see this 15-minute thing. You're like, what the hell is that? And then you think, oh, that's right. It was that sales. And you just go, you know what? I'll flag that. I'm just not going to bother it. And that's what it is. It's only 15 minutes. We're not going to achieve anything. It's just a fishing exercise. So it does you a disservice, but it's a nervous thing. It's a nerves thing. Can I please just let me get in your diary? I'll probably, yeah, because if you're targeted on meetings, that is the behavior that being targeted on meetings. That's why I say you should never target a salesperson on meetings. Yeah, I know that sounds counterintuitive, but it encourages behavior. It's like I worked with a company and they were measured on talk time. So everyone in the company had to be prospecting or talking to a prospects for at least 90 minutes a day. And then, well, what sort of behavior does that encourage? Long, drawn-out, pointless conversations that will go nowhere to hit the 90-minute. So it's when we're designing sales teams, we've got to design behavior that's effective, not that just meets a metric. Well, our guys made 350 calls last week and we got 42 15-minute meetings, I said, well, that's great. Of those 42, how many turned up and bought? None. So, well.
Yeah, for sure. I see the difference, so thank you so much.
Well done. No, you're welcome. You're welcome, Dahlia.
How do you feel about it, Daria? How do you feel you did? Was Benjamin a meanie pants? Or do you think he was okay?
No, I think that was great, and especially if, talking to RevOps and, again, operational leaders, it's super hard. They are so, technicians, I would say, so they don't love those, water and all of that stuff that Benjamin just highlighted. So I'm pretty okay with the feedback. So it's better with low-level titles, I would say. When there is a high-level title, I just need to share the statistics, the numbers, reduce that, achieve that. So that's totally fair feedback for sure.
Well, actually, just to feed on, you just said something that's very important. When you are talking to technical-minded people, you are right. It is data, facts, and figures they care about. Broad, sweeping statements, they don't care. So it'd be the same if you're phoning accountants or lawyers. They want specificness. If you're phoning a CEO, it's quite easier to be more blue sky because they don't focus as much on the detail. They're more big picture sort of characters. And so it's you are right. So yeah, you've got to know your prospect. And I don't know if you do any of the profiling. There are certain profiles and you need to adapt your pitch for the different profiles of the different people you're calling. It's not one size fits all with prospecting. You got to give them what they want, not what you think they want.
Yep, definitely. Thank you so much, guys, for this opportunity. It was super cool to experience this.
Of course, and great job too.